Hi, Dr. Vandana.
Uh, Hello, ma'am.
How are you feeling? You must be on cloud nine, scoring rank one in the
Yes,
INISS.
yes, ma'am. I'm very happy indeed.
So it was a great news for me too to know that one of the students who used this Marro super specialty program has got through and then has chosen to do pediatric gastroenterology. That makes me thrilled as a teacher. So really happy for you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
So what are your plans? When are you joining?
Ma'am, I will be joining by next month. The course is starting from next month, so I will be joining the next month itself. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All set
yes, ma'am.
to enter the field of gastroenterology.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. Yes.
So it's really inspiring for a lot more students who are preparing for these exams, and so it's a good opportunity for you to share how was your journey through these preparatory days.
Ma'am, initially I have given the exam last year also, but I lost by almost half a mark, the initial
Oh,
qualification. Yes, so this time, so I knew didn't have much idea when I was giving the exam last time for Pete's Gastro. So this time I was prepared. So initially, I started off with Nelson. So I started reading Nelson, and then a few of my friends suggested that Pete's Gastro in Marrow is very good and it is very elaborate. So then I started listening to your lectures, ma'am. So that helped me a lot. Then I made notes, and then I started on going with the guidelines, because as such I didn't read any other specific books, but I went through all the most of the guidelines of Espegan and Espegan. Yes, that's how I prepared this time. So this time I knew what way how to go about it better than last time. Last time I was very clueless how to go about the question pattern will be nothing. I didn't know anything. So this time I was prepared.
you're
Yes, ma'am.
better prepared.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So what did you find difficult last time? The written part or the interview?
Ma'am, last time I didn't get through. I didn't reach the interview stage. Just in the initial part itself. Yes.
Okay. And okay, with the whisker, you lost it, and then now you made it. Oh, great. Okay. So, how was the interview this time?
Ma'am, this time it was good, ma'am. It was all case scenario based. There were multiple case scenarios were there. Then the diagnosis, then the how to go about the diagnosis, differentials, then treatment. So it was all clinical based. Yes. Case scenarios of the routine GI system, pediatric gastrointestinal scenarios were there, both hepatology related to hepatology as well as GI systems.
So, did these Marrow videos help you more in the theory or in the practical aspect?
Ma'am, actually, it helped in both. Basically, it helped to conceptualize the systemize ones, and also it helped. I think it helped me more in the initial part, and it was helpful, equally helpful in the practical aspects also. But I think the first that in the percentages and all these things that were there, that was more helpful in the initial part, because all the MCQs were statement based. There are a lot of statement based questions were there, like which among the following is true and false. So that in that it helped a lot. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, how did you're working also while preparing?
Yes, yes.
So, how did you manage both and balance it?
That went along with it. It was difficult, but yes, it went along. We had to find time to. I think most of us. I think everybody is working and preparing at the same time, and I think that goes. Doctors are meant to take such stress, and I think we carry on with it.
Mhm. Mhm. So, how many hours would you spend every day for preparing for these exams?
Ma'am, it varies, ma'am, depending on how much time. Because most of the time, like where the place I work, I'm a single pediatrician. So
Okay.
and there is night calls and all, so that near NICU duties and all that are not very busy, then I used to put in at least 6 to 8 hours. The at
Mhm.
times lesser, so it depends on that, and it varied.
So,
There was not a fixed schedule that I could follow, and towards the end, I had taken leave also, so as to prepare. Yes, so that was
okay, that's nice. That's interesting to know. And so, did you make your own notes? How did you
yes,
go
ma'am.
about the? You
Yes,
made
ma'am.
your own notes? Mhm.
Yes, I always make notes. I have been doing that since earlier also. So I made notes. Then I kept on adding to it whenever I read any guidelines, or whenever I listened to lectures, or whenever I used to do MCQs also, I used to add on to it. So yes, I made notes. I read almost all the guidelines also. So that helped me definitely, because reading
So,
the lines and all these things were very important, because for to answer these questions, that was there.
okay. So, just before giving the exam, would you go back to your notes and then revise?
Yes, yes, that was actually very helpful to make notes, to make cards and all these things. Like nowadays, we have a lot of apps also for that. So making that and making that statement-based questions, so that helped in revision also. So that was very helpful, making the notes.
Okay, that's nice.
Yes.
So, how many would you watch these Marrow videos again and again, or you would watch once and then thereafter make your notes and then go to the other sources?
Ma'am, I had watched your videos multiple times actually. Few of the lectures I had watched it multiple times, like pancreatitis and all, because in Nelson also it is given in very less amount. So I have watched those lectures multiple times, like ALF and all these lectures. I have watched it multiple times, ma'am. Then I used to make notes simultaneously, then listen to it again, and that's how I went about it.
Okay. Okay. So you feel these recorded lectures are much better while preparation than attending a session live because you can always go back and
Yes,
forth, back and forth.
definitely, and I think especially for working, when we are working, also we won't be able to attend that live sessions. It would be difficult. So I think recorded sessions are much easier, and we can go back and forth also. So that helps.
Mhm. Okay. So you had a lot of questions from general pediatrics as well?
Yes, ma'am. This time they had more questions where they're from critical care. That was there.
Mhm.
Almost
Okay.
30, 40 questions were there. So that was there. So critical care was there, and then few from here. I think nephro was there. Questions from nephro was also there, and also developmental pediatrics. Few from biostats questions were there.
Okay. So the other Marrow videos also helped you navigate those areas?
Yes, ma'am. That did help, but I was not able to complete the rest of the videos in detail. But I had selected. I used to go through it whenever and when possible, but I mainly concentrated on the gastro part from
Yes. Okay.
yes,
So you
gastro, and I
registered Gastro from the
focused on it.
beginning.
Yes, yes, yes.
What made you, take gastro as your specialty?
Ma'am, one thing is there are a lot of majority of the pediatric cases that comes to us have gastric issues or something or the other related to GI, and then it was. I think I felt it was an untapped niche in the army also for us also, so that's why I went on about it. Yes, yes,
Okay. It's nice to know that people are preferring gastroenterology, but it's definitely going to be a very exciting field because I would say because now you're in gastroenterology, I can easily tell you that you'll never get bored because you're not just dealing with one organ.
yes,
Neurologists will just deal with the brain and nephrologists will deal with the kidneys, but here we have so many organ systems.
yes,
So
ma'am.
you can even after finishing your DM, you can actually concentrate on your area of interest. So you can do a predominantly hepatology or pancreatology, luminal gastroenterology, so and motility. So a lot of things are coming up, and nowadays the genesis of all the diseases they say is in the gut. So maybe who
Yes.
knows, after 20 years or 30 years, all the neurological issues, all the cardiac issues will all be treated by gastroenterologists. Yeah, but and yeah, to be very practical, yeah, you have a very good mix of procedures as well as using your brains to reach a diagnosis. So it's very nice. So in the sense, you can have a very surgical outlook at things as well. Do
Yes.
things, so
Yes.
develop your skills, and at the same time it's not just mundanely just doing things. You have a lot of challenging cases for you to diagnose and manage, and when it comes to children, always doing anything for them for the betterment of their life is going to be very rewarding in the long run. So yeah, I'm really happy that you took up gastroenterology, and all the very best for your
Thank
3 years of DM and even further. So you should remember that DM is just the entrance. So
you.
the real test comes even after completing your DM, and you should continue to learn and continue to better yourself and
Yeah.
give your best, because it's just the beginning of your learning. Is
Thank you,
there
ma'am.
anything that you would like to tell me to improve in the videos or in the sessions? Are there any areas where we missed?
Uh, Ma'am, a few on malabsorption. I think the syndromic. There are a lot of syndromes that are given in Nelson that can be
Mhm.
a bit elaborated.
Okay.
In They say it is secretary. There is always a confusion whether it is secretary or osmotic. Few books say it is secretary that is there. So that
Okay.
I found. Then, ma'am, other than that, a bit on ACLF, because the
Okay.
guidelines have been changing and newer. There has been always a confusion between multiple guidelines. So that
Mhm.
is there. That's
Okay.
all. Rest, your videos were very amazing, ma'am. It did help a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. So yeah, good that you're giving the feedback so that we can make it better for the next batch, and more people will be benefited from these videos. And definitely, it's been a learning experience for me too. Because the difficult part in life is to simplify things and not
Yes.
make things complex. So difficult part is to make complex things simple, and then learned a lot in making these videos for your suggestions. And all the very best. And
Thank you.
I hope you really shine through gastroenterology.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
And all the best. And thank you so much.